Humanity now has to face a multitude of life-depriving threats, and yet, climate change is one of the greatest crises. It's unequivocal that humans' influences on the environment have led to severe damages to the atmosphere, ocean, and biosphere. With this continuously human-induced crisis, global surface temperature will be anticipated to increase from 1.5 to 2 Celsius degrees if thorough CO2 and greenhouse gases reductions are not conducted. 50 years has gone by. In 2071, the world is still dealing with climate change in the worst scenario. The temperature now increases by 2 Celsius degrees. Extreme industrial activities caused by humanity contributes to a large amount of CO2 and greenhouse emissions. As the temperature is rising, people cannot endure the extreme heat caused by the increase in global temperature to the point that they are forced to use vast air conditioner units in almost every season. As a consequence of installing a large number of cooling systems, the emerging issue of wastewater as a byproduct from this installation seemed to happen negatively. Due to water pollution, there are people in certain areas who are suffering from water shortage. As a result, nations are in search for alternatives for greener natural sources to fight against climate change and a better water treatment to solve the problems of water pollution and cleaner water to drink. Therefore, my solution would be making 3D printed algae-based water bottles access to areas in which water shortage is still a crisis from air conditioners' wastewater. Let me introduce to you the BioBlast. With technological advancements made in recent years, 3D printing is applied into production on a large scale. Even colossal infrastructures are 3D printed. 3D printing is prioritized when it comes to reducing activities because of its benefits to the environment. And now, let's talk about algae. One of the main causes that leads to greenhouse gases emission is the overexploitation of fossil fuels to produce plastic-based products. Algae is a biodegradable source that can decompose after just a couple months. Algae can be used to fight climate change because it removes carbon dioxide from our atmosphere, stored it as biomass and replaces it with oxygen. Broken down microalgae biomass is synthesized as a source of biodegradable filaments for 3D printing. Both combined would help change conventional methods of production in which fossil fuels are extracted to make products. In recent years, the issue of wastewater resulted from people's habits of using air conditioners has been treated by constructing institutions for the water treatment process. Wastewater can now be sanitized through the process of removing bacteria and viruses, thus making it safe enough to drink. Here are processes of making BioBlast water bottles. There are 9 steps in total. Step 1. Wastewater from AC pipes is pumped into a large tank. Step 2. Wastewater is purified through a layer of microalgae and advanced membrane techniques including microfiltration, reverse osmosis, and UV disinfection. Step 3. Clean water is then placed in artificial reservoirs. Then, before being bottled, water is further sanitized to ensure the purification. Step 5. Purified water is put into a large water tank. Step 6. Uses 3D printing to produce algae-based water bottles. Then, these water bottles are put on stocks at supermarkets. The special thing about this is that half of the purchases would be invested into costs for production and freight costs, which is the cost for transferring products to areas that are lacking clean water to drink. And the final step is delivering free products to areas that are suffering from water shortage. Now, let's see how the product is applied in reality. Imagining a world in which BioBlast is now considered as a popular brand amongst those who produce water bottles, People are fond of using these brand products as they decompose easily, and that these purchases would help others get access to drinkable water source. Additionally, as BioBlast water bottles are made of bioplastic and 3D printed, it benefits the environment, especially in a context which the temperature is already increasing by 2 degrees. Furthermore, the water sources from AC waste and are sanitized thoroughly. It also solves the problem of water pollution. You're running out of BioBlast, so you decide to go to the local market to buy some more. BioBlast is now all the rage, and you can find this product everywhere. You decide to buy lots of them as you know that the more purchases are made, the more clean water are delivered to those who are suffering from water shortage. Besides, the products are beneficial to the environment. Knowing that, you'll buy the products with a sense of pleasure as you know that your actions are actually saving the environment and so saving humanity as well. The scope of this project aims at human-centered and ecologically responsible design. As mentioned in my design manifesto, design should be holistic. It should focus on not only human needs, but also on the fragility of the natural world. As we all know, save our environment, save our lives.